All right, we are live. Yes, we are live. All right, welcome one and all to another edition of our Sunday Watch Parties. I am your host, Sharon, and my co host today is Mr. Furzel. Welcome.
Hey, welcome. Thank you.
Uh, and welcome, guys. This is Easter Sunday. Um, I know it tends to be busy, but we're still here. We're going to enjoy our time together. This is already proven to be a divisive movie. And I say that laughingly. Um, this will probably get a lot of hate. That's okay. I totally appreciate and love all your comments. Um, it's just going to be a very fun movie or experience. Let's just say that it's going to be a fun experience for us. So, all right. Now, this is a 2 hour movie. So, without further ado, we're going to get a move on. We should be synced up right at the New Line Cinema Presents, um, maybe 40 seconds in or so.
Yep.
Um, and it should be available on all the major platforms. I know it's free on Tubi, but it's also on Amazon and wherever it. Alex Peacock is saying Paul Walker not his best, definitely not his worst. Thank you, Alex. Paul Walker is probably the guilty pleasure for me in this movie. And yeah, I don't care for his movies, but this is one of his middle of the road ones. All right. You guys all ready? You ready to count us down, Mr. Furzel? Let's get it over with.
Okay, here we go. So hit play in five, four, three, two, one. Press play.
Okay. This is not really what you would consider a fun Easter movie. If any of you have seen it before, I know Matt over there in the comments had just got done watching it and did not have kind words to say about it, and he didn't want to sit through it again. Um, and I'm just laughing because you know what? Those are going to be some of the best comments, Matt, and I expect to not be disappointed by your
Yeah.
comments.
Looks like
Um,
Calbot's in that same boat with him too.
Yep, exactly. Um, and I have seen this a couple of times. It was brought to my attention a couple years ago from my eldest daughter, and I got a kick out of it. Um, I had never been a fan of Paul Walker, and it just kind of hit me. He did a very decent job in this movie and kind of carried the movie. Some of the supporting characters that are in and out of this movie, are kind of the background players. But yeah, well, I'm so glad you guys are all here enjoying this, suffering through this with us, um, whichever the case may be.
I gotta say, these opening credits are kind of reminding me of like a horror movie here, almost like a Hostel or, Friday the 13th remake here. But then we're jumping into some what looks like already something of a car chase here.
Yep.
Wow!
Um,
And there's our title
and
screen.
it's very grainy at times, so it does give you, it's not a slick, looking movie at times. It does kind of bounce all over the place. But we did a time jump 18 hours prior to the events in the car.
Hmm.
Um, oh, Calbot is saying the 67 Mustang is the best character in the movie. Okay, I can go with that. Um, all right, well, let's do a shout out to all of you who are joining today. We have Alex Peacock, Calbot, Eric, Matt. Let's see. Eric, Alex Peacock, Matt, Calbot, Johnny Divick. Okay, Johnny Devick is out traveling, so we'll be semi AFK, no movie to watch, but here in spirit, on and off. Welcome. All right, we'll take it. And we'll be here for the next 2 hours, Johnny Devick, if you want to pop in and out. Um,
I'm all
all
for
right,
criminals stealing from criminals.
so that's basically what we see here in this first scene, it's kind of chaotic. We have a drug deal, someone's stealing, and this is a pretty intense action scene. Lots of blood, lots of gore. Um, there was a comment or a review that someone said this makes Kill Bill feel like Sesame Street.
Hmm, that's saying something.
And it is saying something, but I do not agree with it. Kill
Ooh,
Bill is on a whole nother level. This is kind of a wannabe Kill Bill, and I could
yeah.
see where they wanted to be that kind of movie. Um, but yeah, we've got a lot of blood, a lot of blood.
You just
Not
slice
what you
that
would
guy's
consider an
Achilles
Easter
tendon.
movie. Yes, that was probably the grossest part for me. I cannot handle that.
Ugh.
Mm. Matt is saying very Reservoir Dogs, very Pulp Fiction. Yes.
Oh man,
Um,
getting
I
shot in
am
Ghibli's.
the only thing I'm surprised at with this is that there are any survivors from this. This is pretty intense, and the firepower they have should have just decimated everybody.
Oh yeah.
Um, okay.
It's funny. I never heard about this film until you suggested it for the watch party. I thought of the action comedy, Running Scared with Gregory Hines and Billy Crystal. I think Calbot put a GIF of it in Discord there, but
Hmm.
I never heard of this one. I did a little bit of research. This is my first time watching it, first time knowing about it, and I heard that the reviews were middling. It was like some people, it's for some it's a cult classic, for others it's just kind of there. So I'm interested to see what'll come out of this.
Yes, overwhelmingly, the comments have been in our little watch party here have been negative by the ones that have seen it. So I am curious everybody's reaction if you haven't seen it before. If you have seen it before and you're watching it again, what are your impressions the second time? Um, it's yeah, Kill Bill is on and Pulp Fiction are on a totally other level. Um, so there's no sense on even comparing this to those. Oh, so for in Discord, who do we have? All right, Matt's over there. Calbot. Let's see. Mr. Furzel, you were over there commenting as well. Eric is over there. Hello, hello. Matt posted a GIF over there that is pretty interesting about the Parents Guide content rating. There is a very good reason why I do not encourage children to watch along with our movies. There might be a movie here and there that is appropriate for kids, but this is not overall a kid friendly channel that you wouldn't want to put your kids in front and say, hey, kill 2 hours. Um, the F word is used 330 times in this movie.
Hmm.
Um, there's sex and nudity, violence and gore, profanity, alcohol, drugs, and smoking. Frightening and intense scenes are all labeled severe. So, there you go. Happy Easter.
That's right.
Um, so, yes, there you go. There are a lot of, okay, who's yes, Alex Peacock is saying, hey, there is a Hey That Guy movie. Yes, Chaz Palminteri is in it. He was one of the, I guess, bad cops. The bad cops were the ones that stormed into the room and just robbed everybody, robbed the gangsters. Um, and this is playing his wife is, what is her name? Um,
So this is where
she
the
is
whole.
most, what? Go ahead.
I was just gonna say this is where the whole "oh no, step bro, I'm stuck" thing came from.
Yeah.
I'm assuming.
Um, okay, so if to recap the previous scene, Paul Walker's character has to dispose of the gun because they ended up killing one of the cops. So that's the whole task of his character right now is to dispose of the gun. And now we have a gratuitous sex scene. There you go.
And
Yes, Eric, she's from The Conjuring.
oh yes, she's the wife, right? The
Yep.
the wife of the part of the supernatural investigative team.
Yes.
Huh. Yeah, this would have been about 20 years before, huh?
Yep. So this came out about 20 years ago. Yeah, in 2006. So this is a 20-year-old movie. I think before she hit it big with the Conjuring movies. That's it. Thank you, Eric. She plays Lorraine Warren,
That's it. Yep.
and her husband Ed Warren, um, who's the actor that plays it? I'm drawing a blank.
Oh man. I the name I keep thinking of is not who he is. I keep mixing him up with another guy he looks just like.
I
I'm
want to
sure
say
Alex.
Josh Lucas, but
I'm sure Alex or Eric in the chat there will back us up.
okay, yeah, before I do a dive onto Google, because that name, it's gonna just haunt me for this movie. Um,
Warburton?
that's what she's known for in my world, because I love the Conjuring movies. And she's in all three of them. And then the same actor who plays her husband, Ed, is in it as well. And I just can't remember his name.
I keep thinking of the
Um,
wrong name.
okay, it'll come to us unless anybody knows off the top of your head. Thank you. Okay, Matt is also saying, I know her from Hawkeye. I guess she was in the show Hawkeye.
Oh, okay. I wonder
There
if
you
she
go.
was Kate Bishop's
Oh,
mother, the mother of the girl who's like the young
hmm.
Hawkeye in that show. I'm actually curious about this kid, who I guess is going to be our young sidekick to Paul Walker's character, the kid in red. There, he looks kind of familiar. Did he go on to play the eldest son in The Sopranos? Is that where I'm seeing him from?
I don't think so, but his name is Cameron Bright.
Cameron
Um,
White. I don't recognize the name.
okay, Eric. Yeah, that was the question. What's the name of the actor who played Ed Warren in the Conjuring movies? Eric said, looked it up. You mean Patrick Wilson?
Yep.
That's the guy. Yes.
Yeah, see, Eric, I kept thinking Patrick Warburton, and I'm like, I know that ain't right.
Yeah, he's got one of those faces. Um, my immediate thought was Josh Lucas, but that's I know that wasn't it. Yeah, so Cameron Bright, we have a very good GIF over there. Who did that? Matt. Um,
Oleg.
yeah, he was in. The kid was only in three movies. I thought he did more, but yeah, he was in the X-Men movie. Um,
Oh, was he? He was an Iceman, was he?
no, in now that Matt posted the picture, he was in the X-Men movie. He
Oh
had to be kept in the room because I
right,
think
I got it.
wasn't he the one that took away your abilities if you
Yeah,
entered the room?
yeah. I'm all over the place. Yeah, these faces are just starting to meld together. Yeah, it's a good
I have
catch.
a feeling this movie that we're watching will kind of take us on tangents. It is a very simple story. Um, Paul Walker's this low-level thug tasked with disposing of the gun because if they trace it back to killing a dirty cop, you could still do time for it. So he hides the gun, and his son and his son's best friend, who lives next door, they saw where he buried the gun, and so chaos will ensue. Uh, and the kid's name in this movie, Oleg. He's the friend who lives next door. and
Huh.
he plays a pretty substantial role in this movie. Um, so yeah, I thought Cameron Bright went on to have quite a career in Hollywood.
Hmm. This guy's watching John
Um,
Wayne. He's getting a little too into it. Oh, and he's got John Wayne on his back. Jesus.
and he is what you would call he's a Russian gangster. That's his backstory.
Oh, I see.
And
So this is how he
yeah,
connects with our culture. Is he's watching John
yep,
Wayne movies? Ay, ay,
yep.
ay.
Oh wait, no, his well, not that it matters, but he was either a Russian gangster or his wife is from Russia, but wherever it is, this kid was, well, wait. I won't spoil the movie for
Huh.
you.
Now it makes
Um,
sense why he'd be called Oleg. It's like that is an
mhm.
peculiar name for a kid. I guess
Yeah,
not
I
for a
forget.
Russian actor though.
That's his stepfather, and his mother is actually Russian, who moved here for nefarious reasons.
Uh,
Um, but yeah, so Oleg's backstory, it's a pretty traumatic childhood, who has to suffer at the hands of his stepfather, who's a dirtbag. But the stepfather is like a minor character. Thank you. Okay, Discord is in Discord. Alex is saying that Vera was in Hawkeye, and she was Kate Bishop's mom
there we go. Okay,
in
so at least I
Hawkeye.
got that
So
one right.
for any of you that have seen the show, I've been meaning to. Oh, and Alex is saying, yep, Vera was also in Bates Motel. It was on for a couple years.
Why do I feel this film is setting like all these people up to just get, executed in the next couple minutes? I feel like this is a lot like Leon, the professional, starting us off with. We're introducing all these characters just to set them up on their way out. I mean, maybe I'm wrong, but if I am, don't tell me. I'll find out.
Exactly. I'm not going to say you're not wrong, or I'm not going to say you're wrong. The style of shooting this movie, it's what? It's a chaotic editing. It chaotic editing in its flow. Um, and there's a lot of jump scenes, and it doesn't seem to mesh at times. Um, this some at some parts you have to pay attention or you lose track of the story, but I don't think that's going to be our problem
Yeah.
because I can fill you guys in if you get lost, if we need to fill in some of the plots. um, I can do the best I can, but towards the end I get kind of lost in the plot because there's not much of it. It's a what, it's an easy story, gangster story, and it drags on for 2 hours.
I do kind of like this little anecdote that this guy's using. How he's saying that, the censored part he saw back in Russia, he liked that better because John Wayne lived. But he finds out he dies in this story, and it's like he's the things he learns, coming to America and seeing how things are different. You don't walk out on the Duke, huh?
Exactly. Um, you know what, is anybody actually keeping track of the F bombs? We have the exact count 330 times. That's a lot. Cowbot is reminding us now the important thing here is that the editing is chaotic, which was the style at the time. The lighting, yeah, the lighting is weird. The cinematography at times is off. Now, whether that's a creative choice or just low budget, that remains to be seen.
Hmm.
Um, so we have, according to the official internet record, the budget is 15 million, but it only took in less than 10 at the box office. Um,
Hmm.
okay, so February 24th, 2006 was when it was released. I don't remember it in the theater. It was
I don't
a
either.
strictly what? My daughter said, "Hey, mom, you got to check out this movie." And I did. Nowhere did I see it in the rental market, on cable, nowhere. So I don't know. It just was in the movie theater, then it wasn't, and then here it is. Um, does anybody recognize Oleg's mom? Because I have not done a search of her, but she looks very familiar, like she's a model or like a bit part actress.
You know who she looks like? And again, I might be way off on this one, but all of a sudden she reminds me of the woman who was one of the henchmen for Le Chiffre in Casino Royale, and that would have come out right around the same time as this.
Um,
She was the girl that was going to get her arm cut off as a warning to Le Chiffre, and he kind of almost let it happen. This very svelte girl. So, I mean, again, I might be wrong, but that's what I'm seeing.
well, we can track that down.
Alex Peacock says she was
Um,
in Banshee years ago. Okay.
yep. And Alex posted a picture of her on Discord. Okay, it's yeah. Alex is saying it's what's her name from Banshee. She's been in stuff. How do you pronounce that, Alex? Ivana Melkovic? Melovic? Melkovic. Melkovic. Okay, how do you pronounce that? Okay, she is a Croatian American actress and model based in the United States. Yep, so you're right. She was in Casino Royale, um, and movies like Love Actually.
So he thinks the guy who
First
was next door
production
to him showed
2024.
up?
You what?
So, so he thinks the guy next door was shooting at him?
That's what she's thinking. That's what he's thinking. Yep. Well, as a gangster, he's probably used to getting shot at.
Yeah.
But
Well, I
now
guess
he's
not.
realizing Oleg is the one that was shooting. Well, Oleg's
Oh.
kind of a badass, I guess.
Well,
Yeah.
that'll teach him.
Yeah. Not that I would advocate kids picking up guns like that, but, you know, as a plot point, this has to progress the story, have the kid be the shooter, because now all chaos will ensue.
Hmm.
Well, I can tell they really tried to make this like an artsy movie.
Yeah.
Definitely not low budget entertainment. I think they tried with some of the shots and the cinematography. With this scene in particular, when you're seeing it from his perspective and he's putting together where the shots were coming from, what must have happened. Um, I'd give them A for effort.
Yeah. So is this suggesting that Oleg somehow got hold of the gun that he was trying to stash?
Yes. And
Okay.
one of the beginning scenes when he brought the gun home and was stashing it, his son and Oleg were hiding in the room and saw him put the gun there. And so now we know his son's name is Nicky. Um, I believe I might have to refresh my memory. Um, but they figured it, Nicky's saying it wasn't him that did it. Oleg must have come back and got the gun. So then he's putting two and two together that, oh crap, he's using the gun that we were supposed to dispose of.
Hmm.
Okay, so we had a there was a mini discussion. Okay, whoever said that this was Paul Walker's not his best but not his worst role. Paul Walker, he passed away. He died what, tragically, about 10 years ago? Was it 10 years
Yeah.
ago? Um, so he's got a handful of movies to his credit. Of course, the most famous ones that I know of are Fast and the Furious, which we will at some point visit. Those are more of the blockbuster movies. And so there will be a time that we are going to see a lot of blockbusters because there's nothing funner than those, right? Especially in the summertime, I'm just saying. Um, oh, his name is Nicky, yes. But Mickey, yeah. Mad Matt is poking fun at the name Mickey from, yeah, that song in the 80s. Um, so anyway, so whoever is really familiar with Paul Walker's work, what is the worst movie he has ever been in? This included, if you think this is the worst.
Hmm.
Um, because I might have to go back into the archives to get a list of all his movies. Because maybe it is just the Fast and the Furious ones that I am familiar with. Uh, oh, Alex is saying, honestly, Skulls?
Huh. I saw a trailer for that once, but
Ah,
never actually watched. I vaguely know what the premise is.
okay. The Skulls from 2000. Oh,
Yeah.
wow. So he has been in quite a few movies. Oh, there's a movie that he was in, Eight Below, came out the same year as this one did, 2006.
Oh, is that the movie about the dogs in Antarctica that are stranded?
Yep.
Okay. I never saw that either, but I heard about it.
Oh,
Seems like I know of Paul Walker's career, but just
yeah.
never watched many of his stuff.
Yeah. So I know of Paul Walker. Um, I don't think he ever rose to the level of a superstar.
At least he was trying a couple different things. You know, here he's in a gritty action movie. He was in the Fast and the Furious, you know, kind of car racing, kind of high profile. Did a Disney movie, so it looks like he was trying to experiment a little bit.
Yeah, and just trying to stay employed, really.
Hmm.
Um, Alex is saying, if not for the semi-stacked cast, I would say this is a quality movie of the week. Does anybody else remember the movie of the week? Every Sunday night, there would be like on TV a movie of the week, either on CBS or NBC or ABC. I think they'd rotate movies.
Was Mr. Boogedy one of those? I have the vaguest
Hmm.
memories of this like TV-esque movie. It was like Disney or something, but it was about Halloween, a haunted house, and a weird spirit and stuff. And I think it is on Disney Plus, but I've never gotten around to sitting down watching through it again. But I think it's like one of the first TV movies I may have ever watched. I don't know.
Good memory. I did a quick search. Does anybody else remember that?
Oh, Alex
Um,
Peacock's got it.
yep, Mr. Boogedy was Disney. Mr. Boogedy is a 1986 family short film directed by Oz Scott and written by Michael Genover. It was developed as a television pilot and aired on NBC on April 20th, 1986, as an episode of the Disney Sunday Movie.
There we go.
There you go. Oh, and there is, look at that. Who posted that? Is that Matt posted there in Discord? The two movie DVD collection, Mr. Boogedy and Bride of Boogedy.
That's right.
So you can get it on DVD if you want.
Yeah.
That is so funny. I don't remember that. Okay, so Chaz. That's a cool guy. I like him a lot. Um, but the Oleg is still got the gun, and Chaz is playing Detective Rydell, trying to find the kid and the gun.
I've seen this actor too. He's been in a lot of gangster movies. Oh, he's a narc. Okay.
He does look familiar. There are moments in this movie of I don't brilliant cinematography, um, interesting lighting choices. There we go. That face right there, the guy, um, he's one of those guys. I know that guy.
Pretty sure you're not supposed to be smoking in a hospital room, but then again, this being 2006, maybe it was a little different back then.
Was that was after they stopped allowing smoking indoors, I think.
Yeah.
Early 2000s, I think, was when they did the push to ban smoking indoors. I think? But you know what the heck? This is a gangster movie.
He's got his kid with
Um,
him. What are you doing, Joe?
yeah, what is with this? Okay, this scene, this whole like montage of what's going on with Oleg is weird. I don't know as if it makes sense, as if this movie makes sense, right? Um, yeah, because so Oleg is on the run, but whatever's going on with these guys that he's with, I don't know. It's like off kilter.
So what? Oleg just runs into this weird hobo who's now trying to use the gun to do a heist of his own. It's like, man,
Yeah, I don't whatever this scene is going on. I think it's just the whole movie's got the undercurrents of the gangster world, the gangster element. It's like we're wrapped up in their world, and by extension, Oleg through using the gun to shoot his stepfather is wrapped up in it as well. So it's like we're in their world, I guess.
Oh boy, here's another standoff about to go wrong. There you go.
Yeah, I mean, even gangsters should have consciences and not bring their kid along.
Well,
Like you were saying.
it's not conscience. It's just common sense, dude. Like you're just gonna have another
Yeah.
witness to your crimes here.
Yeah.
Well, this kid's gonna have some stories to tell at school the next day if he goes back.
Exactly. And I have a feeling this life is not strange to this kid. This is what
Yeah.
he grew up in. Um, and he probably doesn't feel out of
Whoa,
place running around with a stolen gun.
jeez, this kid has just fallen ass backwards into crimes happening everywhere.
Yep. I'm starting to figure out that this whole movie is just the degenerates of society, and this is their life, and we are along for the ride.
Hmm.
Uh, Matt is saying, "Don't bring a gun to a kid fight." Yep. I'm assuming Oleg has counted the bullets. That's a six shooter, and
Oh
he
Lord.
probably, yeah, yeah. Alex is saying, and the pimp slapping just has to be there, doesn't it? Yes, it does. We're getting it all.
Yeah. Dude, the of course the gun's empty. You already fired it empty.
Well, I guess he didn't have enough to reload. Oh, Matt, that's a really good gif. Do you feel lucky, punk? Dirty Harry. Oh, yes. Oh, Alex is saying that's a Saturday night special,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
it's got a special grip and a special handle on it, I think.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like a 38, like just classic sort of. You know, he needs some quick blasties.
That okay, so the old guy out front, that was her pimp, right?
Yep.
Okay. Because he shows up later in the movie too. Well, I think you can make an argument for him bringing the kid to help find Oleg, or to keep him safe because he knows that everybody is after the gun. I don't know.
And now he's made friends with a call girl. So you know he's. I think this kid is this really the story of this kid just moving up in the criminal world. Like first he's befriending a call girl, and next he's going to be a lieutenant, and you know we're just going to keep on going up the chain.
Um, well, I don't want to give away this story, but that would be okay. Yeah, now we're at the strip club. Okay.
Jesus
I
Christ.
mean, yep, it's just one thing after another.
Well, and
Um,
didn't the kid just say, "I've seen mom naked. It's no big deal." It's like that is kind of a different story here, kid. Like,
Kind of a big deal, right?
Jesus.
All right, here we go. This guy as well. We have some famous actors amongst this group. Um,
And they are not pulling any punches in this scene, neither.
yeah, this is rated R, and I think there was also a question overseas as to the rating. I mean, yeah, who'd have thunk? Um, yeah, Chaz Palminteri. Yeah, his career goes on and on.
Yep.
Um, and he's still active from what I know of. He was in, oh, I mean, it goes on and on, but he was in The Usual Suspects.
Hmm. All the racial slurs. I guess they're trying to be like Tarantino.
Yep. So the cop and the hoodlums are meeting together, so it makes you wonder just how dirty this cop is.
Right.
Oh, Matt is saying kid actor Nikki still active but can't get work.
Hmm.
Well, sometimes it can be tough.
Yep.
And he was a kid in this, probably 10 or 11, 20 years ago, makes him, early 30s. Yeah, I mean, not everybody makes that move from kid to adult actor. It's a tough biz. Talbot is saying Chaz will be 80 on May 15th this year.
Hmm.
Yeah, I know Chaz did a lot of Broadway. He was in movies, a lot of theater, um, TV. I think he was did some voiceover video game work. Yeah, I'm not sure what Chaz is doing these days. Haven't seen him in a while.
Cowbot, I like that other GIF you put there. 38 Special is one of my favorite classic rock bands.
Yeah, I remember 38 Special from late 70s, early 80s. And then it's like they just
Yeah, got a lot of
dropped out
bangers.
of the music scene. Well, it's not looking good for Oleg. Everybody seems to know he's got the gun and he's on the run. You can only hope that these are gangsters with a heart of gold and just want the gun back and would just leave poor Oleg alone. Yeah, I'd buy these guys as actors. They fit the gangster role pretty good.
Hmm.
I mean, not as good as The Godfather. That is just the quintessential um, gangster movie. Absolutely. Um, yeah, maybe one of these days we venture into the world of The Godfather. That would be an interesting watch.
Hmm.
But yeah, I think the first and second one are about 3 hours. The third one, I think a little bit less. Boy, that would be one epic trilogy.
Hmm.
All right, let's see. Part three, 2 hours and 40 minutes.
Oh, jeez Louise. This call girl's taking them all over town.
And they just happen to be in this restaurant. She just happens to take him in.
And now he's going in there. Oh, boy.
Yep. And they don't see Oleg.
Right, right.
You know,
So someone's got to put that gif up of like of that scene from like Snatch where it's just like, we're looking for Boris the Butcher. We'll never find him. He's completely unsearchable. And then they like turn around and he's like right in their shop. See, they
someone put
did.
up the GIF if you could find it. That would be funny.
See that was done deliberately because they knew it was just hilarious and stupid. But here it's like they're trying to be legit with this stuff.
Yeah. It's like, yeah, now Oleg is up walking around and they don't see him. Guys, turn in your mob cards. There's no point anymore. You guys are pointless.
Everyone's going to the bathroom. All right.
So instead of maybe going to his father for help, the kid just takes it upon himself to do it. Okay, kid's got some big cojones.
So they're gonna
Um,
hide the gun.
so they're gonna hide the gun and somehow get Oleg to safety. Meanwhile, we're dealing with the gangsters who have to what deal with the other. There's only one gang, right? Nope, there's a couple gangster gangs. We've got the dirty cops. Um, we've got poor Joey, this low-level thug who is trying to do the right thing. Um, okay, Alex is saying the movie isn't rated X, so we know certain levels of violence won't be happening. That is true.
It's in the other consideration with X is whenever they linger too long on a kind of violence, like if they, for example, if they were like to shoot somebody and like just like grind the wound with a knife or something. I mean that obviously would be gratuitous, and that would lean them more towards X than just toward R.
That's true. Yeah, there seems to be a lot of cutaway scenes here where they don't really linger. The scenes are pretty darn quick.
So now he's back with the cops already there.
Yeah, we have a cop who's having a bit of a problem in the bathroom.
So did I miss it? Did Nick tell him like as they were driving? Okay, he did. He told me
Yeah,
he hid the gun. Oh man.
yeah. So he did tell his father what was going on and where the gun was.
Oh man. Okay, look, this isn't a big deal. You just wait until the dude's done and then just go in there and grab it. Like,
Yeah, where is this stupid gun anyway? It should be there in the toilet and it's not there.
hey, he didn't
I
wash
mean,
his
after a
hands.
while,
Gross.
yeah, the cop didn't wash his hands. Oh, and I'm sure these are not the cleanest bathrooms. Hey, Joey, keep it together.
So what did Oleg
Well,
take it with him again?
so that's what I think we're kind of led to believe, or someone else knew about the gun back there. We'll just have to wait and see. Um, so the only thing I could say about this, if the gun was retrieved, they're going to be able to match it up to the that's the gun that killed the cop. But by this time, oh, see, there we go.
Dude, you can't
By
you can't
okay,
just keep
how did that guy know the gun was in the tank? So okay, so for some reason he figured out it was an employee.
Well, he saw the wet floor sign, so he thought that he must have thought, oh, well, somebody must have, like the cleaning staff must have seen it and grabbed it. But why would you be looking in the tank? Yeah, like you're not going to be looking in there unless like the toilet's not working.
Maybe the cop did that. It was overflowing. Ah, maybe it was overflowing. And so he lifted the tank up. And of course, not knowing who put the gun there, I mean, who wouldn't, right? I don't know. But he did a pretty good job of figuring out the employee. And now he's going to, I mean, do the next logical step, find out where this guy is. Um, Matt is saying, how many public toilets have serviceable tanks? None. 30% maybe. Oh, Alex, thank you. That gif, that scene is, yeah, take the gun, leave the cannoli. Such a good movie. Well, the kid's on the run still.
Dude, what the hell happened to his back?
Oh, I missed it. Who's back?
That's Oleg. He's like he showed this to his friend before. He's had severe bruising on his back, and he just showed the call girl again. I mean, does that have something to do with his asthma or something else going on?
I think it's implying that he's getting beat up at home
Hmm.
or signs of just long term abuse.
Well, cops got him now.
So yeah, that's exactly right. So the cops got Oleg. Well, at least Oleg doesn't have the gun. As a subplot, um, Joey's wife is taking care of Oleg's mom, I guess, as a nice neighborly thing to do. Does Oleg strike anyone as having the potential to grow up and be just a vicious gangster?
Hmm.
He's got that look about him. And maybe it's just good acting, or maybe that's his resting face. But it's like that's a very intense little face. Oh, Alex, yes, from the Dark Knight. Or what is it? The Dark Knight
Yeah.
Rises.
No, The Dark Knight.
The Dark Knight.
Alex, if you've never seen it, and I forget what it's called, but someone did a parody of that little exchange between Batman and the Joker in that interrogation room. That's just hilarious because it's all based on the notion that the Joker can't understand him because of his dark Batman voice, and they just keep going back and forth. And if you get a chance, you should check it out. I think it's still on YouTube.
Yeah, he does have that there Batman voice. I'm Batman.
Why are you trying to kill me? Like, excuse me?
Yeah. And when he's trying to get out sentences, it's just dark and raspy and really low.
Alex, it wasn't Mad TV. It was some sort of it was a independent, if you will, production. It was just some channel on YouTube made it up. I'm sure it can't be all that hard to find, but I don't think it was Mad TV.
Um, well, I bet we can find it. We have a lull in the action. Oleg's mom, I think, is trying to come to grip.
Regaling us with her times as a prostitute in Russia.
Yeah, so we're getting the backstory on how she came to America and how she ended up with such a dirt bag of a husband.
Right.
Oh, here we go. The Dark Knight Joker interrogation scene spoof.
Yeah.
Oh, let's see. Will I can post a link in Discord if you guys want to check it out. If it will let me.
I mean, I don't want to, interrupt the
Nope.
scintillating drama of what's her face here.
No, it keeps taking me into. There we go. There we go. I guess from this program we're live streaming from. There we go. There we go. Got it. I posted a link to it. Is that the one? Over in
Yep, that's it.
Discord?
That's it.
Okay. It's about 2 minutes and 45 seconds, something like that. The Dark Knight interrogation scene spoof.
The guy plays both Batman and Joker, kind of, just intercut back and forth, but it's pretty hilarious.
Okay, there we go. Um,
Why are these women still sticking around there, man? It's like if you know you're in a crime family here, like, and you know that some stuff's going down, the last thing you're going to want to do is stay where people can find you easily.
yeah, let's wrap our head around that one. Joey's in a lot of trouble, so he's got the cops are after the kid. They have the kid. They're after the gun. They're after the gangsters. The gangsters are after Joey. Joey's in the middle of everything. Wouldn't it make sense that he would tell his wife, get out of the house, lay low, let this blow over because someone's obviously going to come looking for me at the house, right?
Hmm. Calbot says the guy in the tracksuit looks a little like Sean Astin. Calbot, that's another case where it's another actor that I've seen. Like I can picture him in like one or two other movies as like a side character that's there for like 2 minutes, but I can't place his name.
Okay, I think you are thinking of, okay, he was in uh, The Walking Dead.
Hmm.
Um, okay. Because he's one of those guys. Yes, I recognize him. If anyone can pull up his name faster than I can. Michael Hudlitz. Kudlitz?
Oh man. Okay. I'm
Okay,
wondering.
so now we have. Okay, go ahead.
I was just gonna say. I was wondering like why he's here, and I totally forgot. He's trying to find the guy that may have taken the gun.
Holy crap, it's Michael Cudlitz from The Walking Dead. Yeah. I think he was with Glenn for a couple of the seasons, and then that moment where Glenn met his fate, he was one of the other targets that almost got it too. Can't remember his name, character name on The Walking Dead. So we just have this movie is full of lowlifes, hoodlums, gangsters, bad people. I don't know as if there's anybody here to root for except for Oleg.
I don't think I'm rooting for Oleg either, though. Like he's just kind of going along with this. Like he knows he's in deep shit, but he's still he's still just like kind of riding the wave. It's like, dude, I think it's time to go home, call it quits. You know, just quit while you're ahead. I mean, you're dealing with gangsters here. Sooner or later, someone's just gonna pop you.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
true.
yeah, Cowbot, 100.
Oleg, um, oh, Matt is rooting for the ending. It's almost, hey, we're over halfway done. Um,
Yes, I think
okay,
the
thank you,
ending's
Alex.
the real
He's the
hero
one
here.
Negan bashes over the head. Does he bash Glenn and him over the head with Lucy? Did both of them die, or am I? I'm just remembering Glenn. Does I cannot remember. I would have to go back and see. Oh, Abraham. He played Abraham. Thank you. So maybe he did get benched in the head by Lucy. They both did. Thank you, Alex. I have to go back and watch The Walking Dead.
So this kid that's walks about half the speed of smell just got the drop on this gangster. Jesus.
Ron White, right? I love Ron White, half the speed of smell.
I mean, I can't believe that's the take they went with. Just because I mean, it moves so slowly. I figured, oh wait,
Mhm.
he's just messing with him or something. It's like, oh no, and he's gonna get away too. It's like, okay,
A lot of the cinematography is unnerving.
yeah.
I know it's supposed to be like an artsy decision and chaotic, but after a while, it's like overkill a little bit.
Oh, and now let me guess. He's accidentally stumbled into the van of the Manson family.
Okay, it seems like yes, Alex, and dude, it's what's her name from Lost, Elizabeth Mitchell. Yes. So she's this awesome actress. She was in Lost. I think some of the Santa Claus movies. She's been in a lot of stuff and a generally good actress. And she shows up here rescuing Oleg. So that's what it appears that Oleg stumbled into their van and now he's going to
Oh,
be rescued. But yeah, this is not all it seems. So yeah, this backstory is Joey is still after the gun, so he's got to track down the guy who has the gun and come on. Let's find the gun. Let's just be done with it. But no, it's not that easy. We discover that the guy who stole the gun now lost it to someone in a card game. Joey is not having a good night. Okay. This scene is disturbing, and I was doing a rewatch of this movie yesterday, and I had forgotten about this scene. It is disturbing for some of those that anybody watching that has a problem with this. Look away. This does last a little bit. This is not.
So wait, I'm confused. Why were they laughing at him?
Why were they laughing at who?
Like what? Like Joe just tried to break up the poker game, and he was
Mm.
looking for Manny and the gun, but then they all just start laughing at him, and then he just leaves, and he's like, "Fuck, motherfucker!" Like, what happened? So did he like go to the wrong place?
No, it was lost to someone at a poker game, and they were laughing because the gun wasn't there.
Okay,
So now
not
Joey
something.
has to go find the guy who has the gun.
Not something I'd be doing to a guy who's like holding me at gunpoint. I wouldn't necessarily be
Right.
inclined to start laughing at him because what's to stop him from just plugging all of them?
Exactly.
Oh, what fresh hell is this now?
Is it is a fresh hell? Yes. Um,
And this kid spends more time in the restroom than any other movie I've ever seen in my life.
he goes from restroom to restroom. That's right.
Like, what are you gonna do now, bro?
This scene, their house, is the brightest scene that we have seen so far.
Yeah, I don't buy it. Looks too much like the Overlook.
So I think that was purposefully done to get us off kilter to think, oh, this kid's safe, right?
No way. No way.
But yeah, this kid knows he's in trouble.
I don't trust any spouses that refer to themselves as Papa Bear and Mama Bear.
Yeah. And in that playroom, I don't know if you guys caught it, but there was a camera that was attached to, it was either something that was coming down from the ceiling, or it was a big pedestal, and there was a big camera taped to it. Um, so I'm glad the kid knows that he's in danger.
Yeah, Eric says he goes from one hell to another, but it's also partially his choice, Eric. Like, if it were me, I would have been out like long time ago. I'd be like back home at this point, not just running around from like one, creepo to another.
At least he's now doing the right thing. He's trying to call someone um, that will protect him. Yeah, Alex, the plastic lining on the floor was his first hint. You think? Yeah. There were a lot of things that were just off.
Yeah, no shit, you're in trouble, kid.
No kidding. He spent the whole movie in trouble. And I get it. He's obviously been in a troubled environment for a very long time, and he wanted to fight back, and he saw the gun, and he saw the opportunity to take vengeance on his stepdad. I get it. Um, did the kid have better options to him? I don't know. I don't know.
And there's blood around the drain. That's not a good sign either.
No. Elizabeth Mitchell, I don't know as if there was any other role that I've seen her in where she plays such a creep, and this character that just oozes disgust. Um, all right, let's do a quick search of her. Um, The Santa Claus. Yeah, she was in the Santa Claus movies. She was in the Purge election year. I don't remember that from 2016. Oh, she was in V, the TV show remake from 2009 to 2011, but she wasn't a creep in that. Okay. Does anybody remember the movie Frequency from 2000?
Sounds familiar.
Um, Dennis Quaid, and it says Elizabeth Mitchell was in it. And I think yeah, I remember her in that. That was a good movie. I'm going to have to write that down. Okay. Okay, so what was the pimp doing here? This is another subplot, isn't it? It just escapes me all the debauchery in this movie. Yeah. Alex, excellent movie. Ah, okay, here we go. I'm going to point this comment out. Alex, okay, Jim Caviezel, Dennis Quaid, and Elizabeth Mitchell. That's the name. Yeah, Jim Caviezel. I was trying to figure out his name. Good movie. And she was the mom in that.
Wait, you got a royal flush in the game, and that's what you got was an empty gun? That seems a little light.
You should, yeah, absolutely. That should have been a bigger pot.
Phew.
Okay, so his mom is now taking him on a dangerous mission, on a rescue mission, so she's taken him
Good lord.
instead of letting him sleep.
I gotta say, this doesn't strike me as a bad movie. It just strikes me as a movie with some of the dumbest characters in it that I've ever seen. But it's that's not doesn't mean it's bad because there are stupid people like this out there. But it just goes to show you why we don't have any Lex Luthors or any criminal masterminds out there. Because if they act anything like this, of course they're gonna be dead by the end of the week.
Yeah, there are there are more gangsters like this than there are Lex Luthors. Um, and they generally just end up killing each other. Yeah, why? Okay, but I mean, that's just what he's doing. He's burning the guy to get the gun. Wow, this is kind of extreme, isn't it?
Oh, you know what? Now I think I know why they might have been laughing because he was talking to the unless I'm mistaken, chat correct me, he was talking to this guy when he first arrived at Manny's place and he pretended like, Manny was upstairs, but I think he was Manny. So I think that might have been also why they were laughing at him.
Oh, could be. As Matt is saying, it's a movie within a movie. There are so many players in this,
Yeah.
and it does. A lot of it is getting lost on me, and especially at the at a later scene. Oh, we've got only like 40 more minutes, 50 more minutes, maybe 60 more minutes. We're almost done, guys. Why she would even open the door if she was really doing what we are led to believe that her and her husband are doing, they would never open
Oh
the
Lord.
door.
Well, you don't want to raise suspicion. You don't want someone to think you're there and doing something nefarious, so excuse me.
Yeah, but you also wouldn't do what she's about to do and let her in. Well, but I hand it to her for not giving up on Oleg. And I mean, she's fighting for him more than his mom is, apparently.
Right.
Um, Alex posted a GIF over there in Discord. It basically says, "What the hell?" Yeah, that's the way I'm kind of feeling. Like, what the hell?
Huh.
It's a very, we could have cut like a half hour out of this movie with all the subplots and all of the players. We could have just streamlined it a little bit.
I think whoever saw this saw a Guy Ritchie movie and was just like, you know what, I'm gonna do my own. I'm gonna do this movie of the underworld and but all these people kind of know each other and these wacky coincidences that keep happening, trying to find this one MacGuffin, and but they just didn't execute it very well.
Yeah, and they did try to do some of those artsy tricks with the camera
Yep.
to make it seem more highbrow, like a Tarantino or um,
Ugh, ugh, ugh.
like Guy Ritchie. Guy Ritchie's a really good filmmaker who doesn't have to implore a lot of these tricks. Just solid filmmaking is the best way of doing it. Um, but not bad for what was it, $15 million budget?
Yep.
You know, not bad. Uh, yes, Matt is saying take the scripts from several good movies and toss it into a blender. Yeah, that's kind of what they did here. All you could hope for is, Oleg is a little shit who just is causing a lot of this by, yeah, just being a dick of a kid, or he's just lost in life. But he does not deserve to be in this predicament. Hey, that's a gun. You shove that in someone's face and they will comply.
Oh wow. Yep. That's a 45.
Yeah, this whole scene is the most troubling for me. Yeah, Alex, why isn't
Oh.
she shouting for Oleg through all this? Why? I don't know. Maybe a part of her thought maybe Oleg did get the wrong apartment. Yeah. Um, so it just occurred to me why they don't kill Oleg and her and just dispose of both bodies is because they don't know whether um, she had called the police before she went into their apartment.
Right.
I
They
think
don't
maybe
know.
are they afraid the cops are on the way?
They don't know if anyone else is gonna come looking for her or come looking for him. So it's risky business no matter what.
Yeah, but we're about to get some resolution in this scene and then be done. I would have been very happy had this scene not been in the movie. I think it was just piling it on all the bad stuff that could happen in a night,
Yeah.
just make it like go from bad to worse.
Well,
They could have just done this.
it's like I said. It's like, I mean, next he was going to see the Manson family, and it's like, well, close.
Yeah, I mean, this is just so troubling. Yeah, this scene just makes me sick.
Small body
But
bag.
yeah,
That's not a
little
joke.
body bag. But yeah, we know what they deserve.
Oh, and they kept trophies. Yep.
Yeah. We didn't actually see in the closet there, there's the vents, which I'm assuming led to a little closet or a crawl space. We didn't actually see what she saw back there, and I'm glad we didn't. We didn't
Yeah.
need that extra scene.
Yeah, I think the implications are pretty strong here. They're not really being
Yeah.
subtle. But also, well, okay,
Okay.
I shouldn't ask that because
Well, Joey does spend a lot of time in his vehicle in this movie, and I wonder if that was, yeah, that's kind of a tragic part of Paul Walker's life. He spent a good deal in a vehicle in this movie, and then the Fast and the Furious was all about um, vehicles, and then he died tragically, what, over 10 years ago in a car crash. Oh, Calbot is saying those weren't vents, those were DVD cases with
yep,
kids' names on them. Oh,
yep. That's why I was
okay.
saying they're trophies.
That is even more disturbing. Thank you for that pickup. It looked like vents. Oh,
It's like, how's your night been, honey? Well, you've
so this
never
is,
seen Evil before tonight? Really?
yeah, and you know what? This is kind of a touching scene from her perspective. It's probably true. She didn't marry this high-level gangster thud whose life was surrounded by it, so she's probably not really been immersed in his world until tonight. And because of Oleg, actually, she really got to see the dark side of humanity.
Hmm.
Yeah, I mean, so maybe Joey wasn't that bad. You shrug your shoulders. Maybe he's not that bad of a guy before the events of this movie. Well, and at least he wants to keep Oleg safe and he doesn't want to kill him like some of the other players in this movie.
Hmm.
All right, where are we? About an hour and a half in? About almost an hour and a half in. Okay. About a half hour left. A little over half hour. Oh yeah. Alex says, everybody, is this really what you want in a playground conversation?
Why
Like,
does the
is he having like the talk of the birds and the bees, like a dad would?
so why is he now arguing with this kid about where he's from?
Hmm.
Like what does this have to? What is? Why is this important for the movie? I just don't get it. Unless this is part of the filmmaker's, um, own ideology trying to like force its way in there. But
There was a brief moment at the beginning of the movie when he came home and Oleg was there, where he had mentioned to his wife, "I don't think Nikki needs to be spending much time with him." He because he may have known where Oleg Well, if you're neighbors with someone, you would obviously know the family history. So I think he wanted his son to distance from Oleg. Um, and I think he's trying to reconcile not liking Oleg, but maybe understanding where he came from and maybe trying to be what a good guy in Oleg's life. But that sounds pretty deep, and I don't know as if this movie we really need to go that deep into character motivations, backstories, and such. But I will point out this little story he's relaying to Oleg is what he did to his dad, because I guess his dad was a dirtbag. So now he's relating to maybe understanding Oleg's predicament.
Hmm. No,
Okay.
wow, it's an illusion.
So that makes sense if we go back to the beginning of the movie. His father lives with them, but is basically non functional. Um,
Oh, Jesus.
Here we go again. Um, all right, well, let's throw it out in the chat because things are about to get. Yeah, this is a weird part of the movie. Um, but let's get your guys' opinion. Movies that you would like in a later watch party, your recommendations
Mm.
of, some of your favorite movies. Um, I don't have this whole year mapped out yet, so yeah, let's take some of your suggestions. It could be a new release, old release, your favorites. Um, yeah, let's throw them out there. Oh, okay. Highlander, didn't we do Highlander? Why am
You
I
probably
thinking we
did.
did? Okay. But yeah, I'll write down some of the recommendations and then I can just go in the archives and see if we've done it before. But would you guys all be opposed to doing a movie we've done before? I would not be opposed.
Yeah, I'm with Alex on this one.
Oh, okay. Alex, we did worth doing again though. Yeah, there are some movies that are just worth doing again. Yeah, The Highlander was a fun one.
Yeah, but if you ask me off the top of my head, favorite films to do, it's like asking me my favorite breath of air. I'd have to sit down and make a list for you when I had some time to really mull it over, or at least some
Well, there
films that we haven't done before together.
yeah, I would like to do the movies we haven't done, just being a new experience for us. But there are some movies that are just some of my go-to favorites that they never get old. They're always fun to see.
Ooh, I
Um,
got a good one. I don't think we've done this one yet.
okay. So movies like Aliens, The Thing, um, okay, and then some of the Johnny Dangerously.
I don't know if we've ever done that one, but that would be worth doing
Nope,
if we haven't.
we haven't. Okay. Devik is saying Oleg seems like a precursor to OLED. Look at that. One bad guy out of the way. What? Yeah, exactly.
Ooh, that was unnecessary. What did he do?
He was okay. The little exposition here is he was trying to turn on them, or he was going to double cross them. So yeah,
Oh, he was a CI. Huh.
yep. And I'm thinking because I don't want to give away the ending, but this is a really interesting scene where like all the bad guys are coming together. Okay, Alex typed in the secret of Nim.
Oh yeah, that's a good one too.
That is a good one.
Actually, we could do like any Don Bluth animated films that we haven't done. I mean, most of them are pretty rad, just because they're such a departure from the Disney Renaissance that was happening at the same time,
Ooh.
roughly the same time. I'll tell you another underrated film is a Titan AE. Yeah, there you go, Alex.
Alex just typed it. Um, you know what? Because there are a lot of adult oriented animated movies that are not considered anime that would be fun. Titan AE, interesting choice. Yeah.
I mean, that was, correct me if I'm wrong, that was one of Don Bluth's last animated films, actually. And unfortunately, I remember when that was coming out because it got released, I think, in 2000. I remember seeing like the teaser trailer for it in 1999 and thinking to myself, well, I wonder if I'll be able to watch that movie if the Y2K thing happens.
Oh, yeah. I remember that, the
Remember
whole
when that was a
Y2K
thing
stuff.
when we were scared about that for a couple months and then it was just kind of like, oh, all right.
Yeah, there was this panic that when the year switched from 1999 to 2000, all the computers wouldn't be able to figure it out
Right. Everything would
and the whole
crash.
thing would collapse, planes would fall out of the sky.
Yeah.
Um, and there was just this genuine fear among a lot of people that were panicked.
Holy
And it was
Lord.
all for naught.
That guy we're zooming in on right now, he was Boromir's father in the Two Towers.
Yes, what is his name?
God, I don't, it's probably
He's
Ukrainian.
another one of those guys.
Yeah.
He was in The Fringe. Okay, can anybody throw out his name? Yes, Matt. Thank you. That's the picture of him. John Noble. Thank you, Alex.
John Noble. Okay.
John Noble. Um, okay, let's see. John Noble is Ivan Yagorsky. So he's the head Yagorsky guy. All of these characters, they're all bad. And it's just like who they are in relation to this movie is getting lost on me. So he's Oleg's grandfather. Oh, yes. Thank you, Alex. John Noble from that was his. first appearance on Fringe, I believe. The Big Yagorsky Cowbot. Thank you. Which then is a segue to The Big Lebowski.
Hmm.
Oh, that would be a fun movie. Yeah, talk about an all-star cast. The Big Lebowski has it. Well, this is an
Squeak.
interesting torture. I don't think I've ever seen this in a movie before. You have someone's face on the ice and chuck hockey pucks at their face. That would hurt.
Oh yeah. I've never seen like a neon hockey rink before. I've seen like neon like bowling lanes. Ooh.
Yeah, the coloring is off in this scene, it's got to be intentional. I think because they're trying to convey a certain emotion while seeing this. They're not putting Oleg in danger here, right? This is a weird scene, I tell you. Okay, yeah, that ain't cool. That is not cool. Oh, Raising Arizona. We have a vote for Raising Arizona.
Yeah.
That was a quirky movie. Oh, all right. All right, guys. Leave Oleg alone.
Ay ay ay.
Yeah, this movie has had a lot of intense scenes. I think it might be a little overkill. They're really trying to lean into the Quentin Tarantino vibe. But where Tarantino is more of a storyteller with the action and the characters and the violence simply moves the story along. This movie is relying too much on the violence and just over the top absurdness of everything to be the story.
And just everybody trying to like somehow one up each other. It's like, guys, you're not impressing anybody. It's just
Yeah, this is just. Oh, there we go. All right, Oleg's stepdad is down for the count.
I guess he wanted to be John Wayne in this one.
That is a good connection to his little John Wayne rant.
Two bullets through his eyes, or through the eyes of John Wayne on his back. The ironic thing too is that John Wayne always thought that you know it was cowardly to shoot somebody in the back.
Yeah, it there is a code, when you do kill someone, killing them in the back is a chicken shit way of doing it,
Yeah.
and it's hard to claim self-defense when you shoot someone in the back. Um, but I mean, what is the kill count in this movie? Has anybody been keeping track? At this point, I say we just kill them all. Because apart from the kids, I mean, who cares, right? Kill them all. Art thou? Oh boy, I haven't seen Oh Brother, Where Art Thou in a long time. For June before Noah's Odyssey comes out.
Hmm,
Interesting.
that's an interesting choice.
Yeah.
I watched it
When
again
is
not that.
Go ahead.
I watched it again not that long ago, but just to teach it as a weird inspired piece from from the Odyssey.
Um, okay, the Odyssey is set to release in July.
Ooh, okay.
Okay. Hey, didn't we just have a shootout like this at the beginning of the movie? Like everyone's shooting, everybody dies? Okay, that was kind of a good kill.
Oof.
Very briefly, we saw like half the guy's head explode. Alex is saying, wouldn't the ice help slow the bleeding on Paul Walker's face? You would think.
I mean, he wasn't shot in the face. He was just hit with a hockey puck,
Hockey
right?
puck. Yeah, but it probably wouldn't bleed because if you do get hit in the face or cut, it would bleed a lot. And then Matt is saying the only kill I've noticed is my attention span. Okay, let's.
And these guys are trying to do like this intimidating kill stuff on this hockey rink. None of them thought to wear ice shoes, so that they wouldn't have to slip and slide around like a bunch of idiots. Oh, I bit his ear off. Swatak.
This is just brutal, and I think it's too much. Because
Yeah,
at this point, let's just kill them all. Because there's not one of these guys I really care about. Maybe
right,
Joey. You know, you want Joey to live. Kill the gangsters, leave the gun, take the cannoli.
right.
Hmm.
Here's the other thing. Like, why is the hockey player trying to choke him on the ice with the stick? You're wearing blades on your feet, bro. Just step on his neck with your your shoe.
Skate?
Yeah, that. Thank
Yeah.
you. God, see, this just goes to show how disenfranchised I am from hockey. Which is funny because my dad's Canadian. You'd think I'd be into this stuff, but
Oh.
not really.
Yeah, why? Because the Russian hockey player was the only one wearing skates. That's an easy kill. You step on the neck.
Yeah.
But I guess we can't kill Joey yet because it's just been revealed. For those of you paying attention, that he was wearing a wire. And I think then there's that subtle mention of he's an undercover cop or used to be a cop or he's a narc of some kind or a CI.
Huh. Or
Because
did he
now
do
the
this? Or did he do this on the fly? Like, did he know that things were going to go bad in this, and so he just wanted to get some insurance for himself? Oh, whoa. Okay, you're right. Never mind. He is an undercover cop.
yeah, which doesn't make sense now that you know he's an undercover cop of everything that he had been through and done. Phew, okay. So that should take care of pretty much everybody, right? Because almost everyone's dead. Matt is saying he's an undercover criminal. But I think the implication there is yes, he's an undercover cop.
Well, you just said he
Holy,
was.
yeah, holy smokes.
So is he one of Rydell's guys? Is he a narc? I guess.
So you had the Russian mob, you had what this is supposed to take place in Jersey. So you have like the Jersey mob, you have the bad cops, you've got all of these different factions in play. Who's doing what? Who knows at this point? It's like everybody is mixed in together. He's the undercover cop trying to bring down the bad cops, right? And now everyone's out for him. Okay, so who's left to kill Joey, right?
Mm.
Who's left?
Oh, he's FBI?
FBI, that makes no sense. Absolutely not. But he could be as far as the plot goes, but that's just silly. Alex is saying back to the prostitute, Oleg.
Huh.
Well, he wants to take him back to his mom? I mean, there are no good options for Oleg.
Right.
Well, the kid deserves a chance at life.
So, I don't know. I mean, he sure did a lot of lying and a lot of running around he didn't have to do.
Yeah, pointing his gun at people, shooting people.
Yeah, he's made a lot of bad choices already. Oh, I don't know. Maybe he's redeemable.
Maybe he just needs to get out of the home life he's in. Well, I will say one good thing about this movie. I like uh, Paul Walker throughout this movie. Yes, his character's a bit silly. The action is over the top, but this is a good, solid role for him. Um,
I mean, it kind of explains if he was undercover this whole time. It would kind of explain why he was like a little bit forced at times, a little bit wishy washy, like he was overplaying his hand. I mean, still not a great performance, but if you wanted to explain it away like that, you could make that
yeah,
argument.
yeah, that's a good explanation.
Oh, jeez, Louise.
I mean, just let's just end this.
Oh,
And so, what's this pimp's beef? Really, did it just go back to his girl? That's it. And Oleg stuck his nose in when he was beating up his lady. Alex is asking now, does Oleg break a dude's neck after losing a game of tetherball at school? He's got the potential, doesn't he? He can be that trouble kid. Now this is what? This is taking us back to the original shot in the movie. And yeah, I think we're just doubling back and now we're wrapping up the
Oh, wait a minute.
story. Let's wrap it up. Yeah, so he did get stabbed. The pimp did stab him.
But the pimp had the gun. I mean, I don't get it. How do you have your gun on somebody and there you let them make 3, 4 steps to you to stab you and kill you before you shoot them?
Did anybody happen to see the moment he got stabbed? I mean, there was a scuffle. Paul Walker's character, Joey, was the one with the knife. So
Right.
how
And
did
that
he get stabbed?
yeah, and the pimp had the gun on him. So
Mm-hmm.
why
Mm-hmm.
did it? Oh, and Calbot's
Yeah.
right. This movie just lapped itself. Yeah, it definitely did. Like, what was that scene even for? If you were just gonna have Paul Walker and Oleg get out of there, like, why not just end it where at the diner? Why have that
Um,
other moment at the end? Give like one more rando bad guy one more
yeah.
chance when it was just gonna end the same way.
Al- Alex is saying logic in this movie, no bueno, Mr. Furzel. That's it. Um,
Oh, geez,
I
now
think
what?
it's just they were playing into the nonstop grittiness action of this movie. Um, Oleg's mom just blew herself up, and that was the explosion from next door.
Okay, I thought the car had crashed. Oh, no, I guess we're doing that now.
Yeah. Um, yeah, he was getting Oleg home to his mom, but she, in a fit of despair, blew herself up and her house. So, okay. Okay.
Oh, my lord.
You know what? That's what we should say after we've all spent 2 hours getting through this. Oh my Lord, we did it, guys. We're almost there. Oh, that's right, Calbot. Mom blew herself up in the garage meth lab. That's right, there was a meth lab.
Yep. Yeah, they were joking about that. The gangsters were.
Mm. Just so you know, if that really was a meth lab, it probably would have taken out a couple houses as well. Teresa, that's her name. I kept forgetting her character's name. I mean, she had a pretty decent role. At least she wasn't just a background player. Now, does she know that he's undercover?
I think it was just about to reveal that, but this might be his swan song here. Did anybody see the movie Drive? Had a similar but better ending where Ryan Gosling's character did also get stabbed in the stomach, but then he just kind of gets in his car and just drives away, and it's just kind of an ambiguous ending.
Was okay, I have not seen Drive, but I have heard about it. Was that the movie? It was filmed entirely. He was in the vehicle the whole time.
No, that you're thinking of. I think you're thinking of a Tom Hardy movie. I know what you're talking about,
Oh,
but no,
okay.
Drive is another like kind of gangster movie, but centers around this enigmatic driver Ryan Gosling who doesn't really have a name in the movie. He's just called like the kid or the driver. Um, Much better movie than this, but oh, and there's his American flag, so he was undercover. There we go.
Yeah. Or some kind of military.
Well, if he was FBI, they
Or
would have buried him with honors, regardless.
yeah,
Or even if he was police, they would have done the same thing too.
yeah,
But yeah, they would have only like that would have only been like Arlington. They would have buried him in like a national cemetery if he was military.
if he was, that's right. Okay, so they faked his death. Fake out, surprise ending.
I don't know if I care at this point. Really, I'm just kind of like this. This ending's gone on longer than a Lord of the Rings ending.
You know what? That is a really good point. A Lord of the Rings movie makes 3 hours fly by. This movie, seriously, they could have cut off a half hour of it. Um, but I really do. I enjoyed watching Paul Walker through this.
Dude, you're gonna shoulder charge him in the spot where he's.
Exactly. And he sort of adopted Oleg, so happy ending.
Yeah, they're always hanging
All
out
right.
anyway.
There you go, guys. Phew. We did it. Okay, I stopped it at an hour and 54 minutes and 27 seconds. So that means we have about 8 minutes of credits. No way. Nope. We don't need to sit through the credits. Um,
Wayne
so
Kramer. Hmm.
we did just under 2 hours. We did it, guys. You all get gold stars for the day. Um, and yeah, I can laugh about it. Not the best movie, but not the worst movie.
That's true.
Um,
I'll tell you this.
uh,
I feel better after that's over than I did about one battle after another. I think that this might
ooh.
still be better than that too.
You know, I was I was sort of hoping Sinners would have won the best picture.
Hmm.
I thought that was more riveting, and I
I
did
like
go
Sinners
back and
better.
try to watch one battle after another, and I couldn't do it.
Yeah, yeah. No, I
Um,
agree. I thought Sinners was a more entertaining movie. Old
yeah,
Johnny,
and it was
old
go
Johnny
ahead.
Depp is asking, "What did I miss?" Cowbell's like, "Ah, nothing." It's like, "Yep, pretty much."
And that might have been one of the reasons why you're probably very good spirits is because you didn't have to sit through the whole thing. Um, yeah, but that's okay. I
That's
tried to
okay.
watch it. Hollywood has just raved about one battle after another, but I found it very formulaic.
Yeah,
Sinners was at least original. Um, I liked it. Of course,
yeah,
what's not to like about vampires?
yep.
Um, Yay. Kudos to everybody for finishing. Thank you, Johnny Devick. And I applaud you guys. Um, you can stop now, Matt. If you're lagging with the ads, you don't have to sit through till the end.
Actually, I didn't get
Um,
any ads. I guess I'm lucky that way. Hmm.
mm,
I was watching on Amazon, but yeah, I didn't get any ads. I
yeah,
think even Amazon was like, just let's get through this. We just gotta let it.
yeah. Sometimes Amazon will have the ad in the beginning. Sometimes they'll have one at the end, maybe in the middle sometimes.
Yeah.
But all right, guys. Phew, I'm exhausted. Um, yeah. Oh, okay, Cowbot. That was a good movie. And I know that was a movie
Action.
that divided a lot of people. Over in Discord, that is what everything all together, wait, everything all the time at once or something like that.
Yeah,
Um,
everything everywhere all at once.
we're all at once. I really enjoy that. I have seen that movie twice.
Hmm.
I would not mind doing it a third. Yeah,
Oh,
Johnny
here's
Devitt saw half of Sinners. You need to finish it. It was very enjoyable and a very satisfying ending. Um, all right. All right, guys, let's wrap this up. Any last comments? Um, thoughts? I'm just so proud of all of us for finishing. And we kept our wits about us. We
yeah.
didn't go crazy.
Which just goes to
Um,
show, not every movie's got to be a masterpiece. I mean, you learn something from everything that you watch, and I feel like I learned a little bit from watching this, and so, it's not like it's a waste of time or anything. It's always fun to do this with you guys and talk about it and riff on it and whatever.
Yeah. And sometimes that's the funnest part is by riffing on movies. I think it would be fun to just go all out and out and pick some really, really bad movies that know they're bad, but we can have so much fun with it. There are a ton of those movies out there. Um, yeah. Yeah. So next week, I already posted this month's selections. Next week we're going to do Action Jackson.
Hmm.
Um,
Carl Weathers.
Carl Weathers, 1988. Uh, Honestly, I have seen it once and it was in the theater back in 1988.
Hmm.
This will be a treat.
Yep.
Um,
How do you like your ribs?
Ribs.
It's a line from the
Oh,
movie.
how do you like your ribs? Oh, hey, Miss Swift. Hello and goodbye. Hello, hello.
You say
Um,
goodbye and I say
I
hello.
say hello. Eric, I cannot remember if I had ever seen Action Jackson. Um, it's a solid movie. I'm going to revisit it again, do a pre-watch. It should be readily available on all the streaming services, or if you're lucky enough to have it on DVD,
Hmm.
that would be a treat.
Which I do.
Um, and there you go. So you've probably seen it a few times.
Well, I'll tell you, it's got action and it's got Jackson. That's about all I can say right now.
Yeah, and if I remember correctly, doesn't it have Sharon Stone? Is she the
Uh,
lead?
you know what? I added it to my collection and I watched it once and I think that was it. So I don't know if it left too much of an impression, but I'm eager to look at it again.
There you
You
go.
learn a lot from second
Yeah,
viewing.
that'll be fun. Alrighty. Well, time's moseying on today, and I will let you guys all get back to enjoying your Easter, whatever it may look like. I hope you guys are all um, having a blessed day, have a blessed week. Um, just be safe out there, be good to yourself, and be good to animals. Be kind to the little animals and be kind to one another. Even though sometimes other people in your life might not deserve it. Um, yep, there you go. Well, thank you, Mr. Furzel. I appreciate you being here this week.
Thanks. Always a pleasure.
It is. It's always fun, no matter the movie is if it's good or bad. It's always fun sitting down with you guys and just having a laugh or two, um, and just watching a movie together.
Yep.
Um, Johnny Devick, it's not that exciting Easter, but a good Easter to all of you. Yes, thank you, thank
Yep.
you.
You too,
Eric
Johnny.
is
You
also
too, Eric.
saying Happy Easter.
Everyone in the chat.
So yeah, we will see you all next week, same time, same place, for a little Action Jackson. Alrighty. Bye, Mr. Furzel. Bye,
See you
guys.
guys.